on that type of time.
Good morning and good to be with you. I'm Marissa Perlman. We have been following the No Kings protests that are happening nationwide and here at home. One of the biggest ones in our area happening right now in Grant Park. Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking.
Oh, Lord. Mohawk Johnson, here we go. That's what I'm saying, Snow. But I don't understand it. Why you just won't hire Americans? Why is that even a thing? Why is that even a thing? You a police officer. You're a police officer. You're not an American yet. So you still fighting to get that right to be an American, and yet you a police officer carrying around a firearm. That's wild work to me. Wild work.
Black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools.
Look at this shit.
To fund jobs.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. No Kings protesting.
To fund healthcare, to fund transportation, democracy will live on because of this generation. Are you ready to take it to the courts and to the streets? Cities around the world.
Look at all these buffoons out here, bro. Bro, look at all these buffoons.
We will tear down tyranny and we will do it together. God bless you all. God bless the greatest city in the world, city of Chicago.
I can't take Mohawk Johnson serious, bro.
Once again, we are following the No Kings protests happening here in Grant Park. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking for just a few minutes here, really rallying the crowd here. We have seen Cook County Commissioner Tony Winkle, Delia Ramirez also on scene here. Well, take a good look at our gallery here.
I don't know, bro. But we moving on to this next one. Out here in Phoenix, Arizona. So there was a. Oh, give me a second. Wrong one. Let's go to NYC. Let's go to NYC. That was Chicago. Let's look at NYC about this No Kings anti-Trump protest. Look at this shit. Look at all of these goddamn people out here, bro. Look at all these people out here. Is it really that bad for y'all? Real talk. Let's keep it a buck. Is it really that bad that Trump is in the office? Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Is it really that bad? Look at this shit. Look at this. The whole goddamn street. That's what I'm saying. What they job at? They ain't got no job. Look at that shit, bro. So when they want to find out, so when your employers want to find out where y'all at, why ain't nobody come in to work today? Yeah, that's Times Square. When they find out why y'all ain't at work today, they gonna know where y'all at. Y'all are about to get fired. Then who else y'all gonna blame? Then y'all gonna blame Trump for that too? Look at this shit. Y'all ain't got no job, bro. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do in this world. Why you ain't out here making no money? Why you ain't out here cutting? Why you ain't out here trying to get to a bag? Y'all out here protesting, walking around. You took time and energy to create a sign, to walk down or either walk down or drive down or get on the subway to ride all the way down to Times Square to protest and walk the street with a sign in your hand. All of that time spent, you could have been making money. What we doing? Yes, exactly, Joe. Exactly, Joe. They gotta blame somebody. Somebody gotta get blamed. Somebody gotta get the finger pointed at them. I don't understand it. I got too many things to be doing right now. I'm not finna be protesting out here. What's wrong with them? I'm not finna be out here protesting. What's going on? Oh, you said the right thing then, Matt. You said the right thing then. You asking the right questions now. You asking the right questions now. Because if it really was about authoritarianism and Trump being king and all this shit, all that would have been shut down a long time ago. It would have been no more protests. You're fired. You know what I'm saying? It would have been over with. It would have been done for everybody that's in that street, that's walking and protesting. It would have been a wrap for y'all if it was really like that. If Trump was really on that type of time. But see, y'all don't want to take accountability for y'all own shit. Y'all just want to hoop and holler. That's one thing about liberals and fucking Democrats, bro. I am glad I am not a part of that shit no more. I am glad. For real, Joe. I am glad I am not a part of that community, that shit anymore, bro, because I swear to you, even if I was still a part of, which I'm not, I still wouldn't be out there protesting. I'd be doing something else. They got too much time on their hands. Look at these buffoons. Look at them. Boomers, ABC community, old hairs, big backs, all in between. All in between. Look at this shit. I'm talking about not the tax-free overtime, nothing. Authoritarian. Half of them don't even know what authoritarian is. They just took a word. They just took a word and they adopted it and they just made it and created it into their own shit. Because Trump told them that, look, ain't no more men going into women's bathroom. Ain't no more men playing in women's sports. None of that shit. Now they mad. No, take the mask off, Sarah. Take the mask off. Show your face. I want to see your face. I want to see your face. Nope. Don't go protesting with a mask on. Nah. Take it off. Let them see your face so your employer can see where the hell you at for the day and why you called out, knowing good and well they understaffed for the day. But you decided to call out because you want to go protest. All right. Look, let me go. Let's look it up. Let's look it up right now. Let's look up the word authoritarian. I'm glad you asked that, Joe. Authoritarianism. The enforcement or advocacy of strict obedience to authority at the expense of personal freedom. So, while y'all walking up these streets freely, you ain't been shot. Nobody that came up to you, tried to arrest you. You ain't got no military personnel in the streets telling you to get off the streets. Nobody getting tackled in the streets. You walking up and down the street. And y'all calling Trump an authoritarian. The fact that y'all giving him that much power is wild to me. That is crazy work. It's crazy work. Make it make sense to me. I don't get it. Y'all. Look at this shit. And then you got Bill Nye, the Science Guy out here protesting too. Out here using scare tactics to try to get Trump out. Let me see, where is that? Where he at? Let me see if I can find him. Where is it at? I just saw this. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, let's go to Bill Nye the Science Guy. Look, this is in LA. And this part here is in LA. The one we just saw before, that was New York. This is LA. Look at this shit. Exactly, Mac. Exactly. Like no National Guard, no nothing. You just walking up and down the street freely. I have yet to see a police officer walk by. I have yet to see anybody of some sort of authority try to stop this shit. They just walking up and down the street. Look, they got the big ass baby balloon of Trump, all of it. Let me ask y'all a question. Hold on, I'll ask the question after, because I gotta pose this question. Matter of fact, let me see if I gotta pose a question. I got a question to pose to y'all. Let me see something. Cause the shit right here this shit don't make no sense to me. I'm trying to make it make sense, but it ain't making sense. So let's see something. I'm gonna pose a question to y'all in the chat. Well, first let's do this. First let's do this. All right, let me pose this question. Look at that shit. All right, let's go here what Bill Nye the Science Guy got to say. Let me go over here to this one. Well, that ain't it.
You sell it.
Please welcome Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
That's crazy.
We love that song, Hello, DC. Fellow citizens, it is wonderful to see so many of us out here today. We are here for the same reason our ancestors gathered here in 1776. We want our government to run without a king. Our government is based on ideas embodied in the Constitution, among other remarkable features. It guarantees our freedom to speak, as we're doing here today. Rather than doing one monarch's bidding, we have agreed to form a democracy, to work together, and to follow the laws that derive from it. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. As many of you know, I am a native Washingtonian.
Let me pose a question.
I grew up here within the city boundaries. And when you grow up here, the affairs of the federal government are very much a part of your life. I remember well sitting on my father's shoulders and waving to astronauts as we, as a nation, celebrated their accomplishments back in 1964. In 1964, that was the first year my parents could vote for president as citizens of the District of Columbia. We still do not have voting representation in the district. Someday, perhaps. I remember well Martin Luther King's dream and Resurrection City. The plywood.
No, he didn't just try to bring up Martin Luther King.
Structures on the National Mall erected to house protesters who came to town demanding equal rights and opportunities, barely a month after Dr. King had been assassinated. I remember well the Vietnam War. The mall was shoulder to shoulder, much as it is today. Traffic stopped citywide. The protest movement expanded. There were protests around the country, and the war was ended. We are protesting in the same fashion today. Only today, the stakes are higher. Rather than abandoning a war against an elusive, perhaps sometimes imaginary foe, we are confronting the possible end of our republic. We are here to tell our lawmakers that what's going on in our government is wrong. They must stop the abuses of this petulant president and his circle of sycophants. No thrones, no crowns.
What throne and crown? What the fuck are y'all talking about? What crown? What crown? What throne? What are y'all talking about, man? I'm trying to understand. What are y'all talking about? I'm trying to understand something. What crown? Oh, okay, because you got a masculine man that's in the office now, and he's not bending at your every whim. Now all of a sudden he's authoritarian. Now his kingship always, he wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a dictator. No, he's bringing order back. He's bringing order back. He's bringing power back. He's bringing masculinity back. That's what he's bringing back instead of all this soft shit that y'all been having going on in America for the past few years. That's what's going on. Y'all mad because he ain't giving you what you want. That's the actual issue. That's the problem. Trump ain't giving y'all what y'all want, so now y'all out here crying and bitching and complaining and moaning about all the bullshit. Listen, at the end of the day, he helping your goofy ass out too, but y'all just too dumb to see it.
No kings. This president and his associates cannot tolerate dissent. To them, our free speech is frightening. They are arresting people and denying due process in courts. They tried to silence television hosts. They're trying to indict civil servants, prosecutors, judges, even their own cabinet members. But in this land, these sorts of actions are not new.
He did.
In 1776, our ancestors had had enough. They declared independence from a king by means of a document stored safely right over there on Constitution Avenue in the National Archives. Although it was conceived 249 years ago, the Declaration of Independence describes a train of abuses connected with an absolute authority, a king with absolute power. No thrones.
So what you telling me is that you believe in your heart of hearts, liberals, you believe in your heart of hearts that Trump got ultimate power? You believe he got ultimate power? You believe that you believe that he don't have to go through a group of people in order to pass a bill? You don't think that? You don't think that he still has to operate under certain laws as a president? Even as a president, you understand that, right? He still has to operate under certain laws. Because last time I checked, a king, if he says something's gonna happen, he does it, and he's the only person that it needs to pass through. He's the only person. It don't need to go through the Supreme Courts. It don't need to go through anything. It just goes through him. That's what it would be if it was actually king shit, right? He wouldn't have to go through nobody. It'd just be him. The decision is made through him. Correct? All right. Just remember, if you didn't vote for Biden, you're not black. That's a fact. That's a fact. We need to better civic classes that he's getting away with this. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He need to stick to science. He need to stick to science. Real talk.
No crowns. No kings. Their king had refused to honor the law. Their king had refused to let lawmakers be elected.
Yo, y'all
the
come
king
follow
had
me.
made
Y'all
court
come on,
judges
tap into
dependent
the
on
channel
his
on
will.
YouTube.
They cited the king sending, quote, swarms of officers to harass our people. Their language referred to, quote, cruelty, and faithlessness scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous of ages. Their king was trying to, quote, render the military independent and superior to civil power. Our founders even censured King George for cutting off trade with all parts of the world. Did these actions sound familiar? 249 years later, no crowns, no thrones, no king. In short, the founders believed their king was, in their words, quote, totally unworthy to be the head of a civilized nation. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Although the United Nations has been the world's leader, and although the United States has been the world's leader in science for decades, this president and the members of his cabinet even fail to accept scientific facts. Contrary to Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, they do not promote the progress of science. They suppress it to the detriment of our health, well-being, and international competitiveness. It is a formula for failure. How did we get here? It hasn't been one instance of abuse of the power.
Well, we got here because you had a bunch of soft-ass white men that were in the office, and they allowed, or not all of them were white, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Obama, who allowed this progressive nature to come into the world, to come into America. We allow men into women's bathrooms. We allow censorship. You not being able to say the things you want to say because people get so offended by it. We even got to a point where if I or any other individual didn't pronounce you, didn't address you as your proper pronoun, we were subject to get arrested for it. What? For calling you something, for getting a pronoun wrong. That you saying that you are a woman when I know for a fact that you a man. And this is not a hate speech. This ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you a homophobe. This ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just speaking the facts. Because I told you that, nah, fam, I'm not finna address you as Sarah because your name is Sam, bro. You ain't Sarah, you Sam. And I know you Sam. You got a third leg down there, pause. You got, listen, you bugging. But as soon as Trump come back in the office, because let's make America great again. That's inclusive of, that's encompassing of all of the things that the left have already pretty much clusterfucked. So now y'all upset. Because Trump is bringing back order. That's what y'all upset about. All right.
The executive order by this president. It hasn't been just one twist in a court ruling.
You right, Joe. Sam can actually biologically be a female because there are some biological women that are named Sam. I agree. Or it may just be short for Samantha. You feel me? 9 times out of 10, Sam is short for Samantha. That's typically what happens. But Sam I am. Yeah, that's the man. That ain't half of nothing. That's us. That's Sam.
Instead, it has been years in the making. Enabled by this president, a group of Confederates has worked together to undo many of our traditions and understandings of fairness and of citizens' rights. And they've done this through an odd legal tactic to overwhelm our court system with legal game after legal game, trying to hold or impound money secretly in order to let legal deadlines pass, to pretend that people they don't know who are from different backgrounds are somehow not quite citizens and not worthy of respect under the law. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Let us now raise our voices. We are here demanding a return to the rule of law. Let the world know that we will suffer no king. We will put the United States back on a course to lead the world in fair governance. Together, no thrones, no crowns, no kings.
Man, shut y'all goofy asses up. Man, y'all be doing the most. Y'all be doing the most. I swear to God, bro. Y'all so fucking extra, man. Woe is me. That's all the liberal. That's all the left side is. Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Nope. Woe your ass back in the house. Go back to work, man. Before you get fired. Go back to work before you get fired. That's what you do. Listen, you saw how long you saw how many times he said that shit. No crown, no throne, no all that shit. He probably said it upwards of 10 times. 100%. He said it upwards of 10 times. That shit wild. That shit is wild to me, man. But hey, it is what it is. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Listen.